I love watching Brad Pitt eat in his movies.
Pretty kinky.
All right, before we begin the show, let's thank our sponsors. First and foremost, our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut. All natural, non-GMO coconut water with natural electrolytes and no added sugar. You can choose from pure, blueberry, pineapple, watermelon, sparkling energy, and chocolate flavors with Once Upon a Coconut. Stay hydrated and refreshed. And if you're wondering why it tastes so darn good, it's due to a combination of factors, including the freshness and sweetness of young coconut water, the lack of additives, and the natural electrolytes present. And the best part about it, Once Upon a Coconut, 10% of profits go to charity that benefit our communities, including the Down Syndrome Foundation, Breast Cancer Foundation, Leukemia Society. Good things, good people, great product. So you can grab it at some Sprouts. You can grab it on Amazon. You can go online to find a store near you or purchase it right there off of their website, onceuponacoconut.com. It is delish. Big thanks to Inspect All Pest Services, our buddy Nick and the crew over at Inspect All Pest Services, providing the highest quality termite, pest, and wildlife control. That's not all they do. Inspect All can take care of your insulation, pressure washing, gutter maintenance, and other home services in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding areas. Remember, seasonal, you get different bugs and critters all around your house, so you want to go with the best in the business, and that would be one of our fine sponsors from day one, InspectAllServices.com. It's the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, with the Aurora Law Firm, best darn defense attorney in the world, litigating all over the United States, based out of Georgia. We're talking criminal defense, white-collar crime, DUI, drug offenses, appeals, and more. And you can always get your legal questions answered by the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, by getting those to me. And when he pops up on a show, you get your questions answered. So go to thebaileyshow.com and we'll get those questions to the Mad Dog. The Aurora Law Firm.com. He is the best in the business when it comes to therapists. There's no doubt about that. I use them, and so should you. We're talking about Dr. David Markwell with Ridgeline Counseling. He's got 10 therapists in-house, 3 different locations there in Georgia, one across from Sprayberry High School in Sandy Plains in East Cobb, Marietta near the Square in McKaysville, just outside of Blue Ridge. But if you're not in Georgia and you need to talk to the good doctor, then you can go online and get virtual sessions. Ridgeline Counseling at gmail.com if you'd like to email him directly, or go online to markwelltherapy.com. There is no better time to check if your insurance is any good. That's why FBC Insurance is waiting for you to reach out. You can call them at 888-308-1841 or email them info@fbcinsuranceservices.com. I just switched up my car insurance because I got a better deal at FBC Insurance. They were the people to find it. Perfect for new homeowners, especially if you're trying to reshop those current insurance policies. 5-star service, multi-policy, bundled discounts, and they're going to shop every carrier out there to find the best insurance for your house, flood, storm season, auto, motorcycle, boat, recreational vehicle, or just a personal policy. 888-308-1841 or go online, FBCInsuranceServices.com. Another one of our great sponsors in storm season. You have to talk to the good people at Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia. Family owned and operated. They are a Generac generator dealer, founded in 2012. So storm season, power goes out. Who knows when it's coming back on? Don't be that guy or girl that does not have a backup plan and having power for whatever it be, especially medical devices, fans, air conditioning, so on and so forth. Offering sales, service, installation, and repair of automatic home standby and portable generators. Every single one of you, when you become a customer at Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia, you get an upgraded warranty, free monitoring, and warranty repair. A+ rating with the BB&B, and you pay nothing until the job is complete. Call or request a free home assessment. You can go to their website, poweringgeorgia.com, or buzz them at 770-853-7571. Use the discount code Bailey, my last name, and get $500 off your entire installation. All right? Servicing Georgia and Tennessee. Alive Ozone Therapy Spa in Altamont Springs, Florida. This is mine and my wife's wellness spa. If you have an autoimmune, cancer, HIV, just simple biohacking, long COVID, the answer is yes to just about anything that's going on in your body. Most of the time it starts with inflammation, and ozone therapy, it decreases inflammation. So ozone therapy, we are the first and only to do it in Central Florida. That is a live ozone therapy spa. We also offer red light therapy, halo therapy, pressotherapy, PMF grounding mat, as well as naturally in-house made ozone infused products like the magnesium butter that many of you absolutely love. Ozone therapy, what is it? Quickly, it repairs and rejuvenates your cells to the mitochondrial level by using activated oxygen. Simple as that. No side effects. That's all there is to it. It's a 30-minute session, and you actually burn up to 600 calories when you're in the Hocket sauna. We do it the most non-invasive way. So whether you're in the area or you want to travel, book an appointment, AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. All the products you can get there as well. And remember, for you two peers, use the discount code BS10 to take that off those online products. If you want to be a sponsor of the show, reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. And if you are a listener of this podcast and you need any of our great sponsors, please reach out to them. Now, let's begin.
What do we want to talk about?
To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Welcome to the Bailey Show podcast, a guy show women love to listen to.
Intellectually immature nonsense.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS.
Okay, then, let's do it.
There it is. Episode 404 of the BS podcast. All on the BPX. That is the Bailey Podcast Exchange. 3 different shows, 5 days a week, 1 feed. What does that mean? Mondays, we release Honey, I Raised the Kids, about me and my wife becoming empty nesters. I do it with Rach. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, it's the Bailey Show podcast, with Tuesdays and Thursdays being just for subscribers. If you're not one, you can subscribe at jasonbailey.com. Much appreciated. Thanks in advance. And then on Fridays, release a podcast called The Vinyl Road with Brad Stewart, the basis of Saliva, for original basis of Shinedown. And last couple of weeks, especially last week, it has become a very popular episode because we had one Jason Todd on, the original guitarist for Shinedown. Jason and Brad have not been in this type of setting for over 20 years. And fans of Shinedown and Fuel and Jason and Brad really liked that episode because they got to hear a lot of things that they had questions and they needed answers.
There were some great stories told.
And supposedly I asked all of the right questions. So supposedly I did my job, even though it's not supposed to be an interview type of show. It's more of a conversation. So I know it kind of comes across like that.
Sometimes it's therapy, I hear.
It is therapy. It's therapy to me. This is therapy to me. It's always been therapy. Fox will tell you being behind a microphone is always therapy. It's very therapeutic. Very therapeutic. All right. Well, look, thanks for being here. My name is Jason Bailey. Thanks to all of our sponsors. We appreciate you. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the BPX, please reach out to me. Again, jasonbailey.com, an easy person to get a hold of. Thanks to our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut. Bald Badger just took a sip of his Once Upon a Coconut.
Because it's so delicious.
OnceUponACoconut.com. Use the discount code BS Podcast 10 at checkout. Save yourself some Geetus' best damn coconut water in the land. Let me introduce you to my friends. This is the Bald Badger Benjamin.
Hey!
Ooh, loud.
You know what you're missing here in this studio?
The Golden Scissors Studio.
Mm-hmm. You're missing a giant Darth Vader helmet.
No, I have one right over there.
Oh.
Don't do it.
How'd we miss that?
Yeah.
Oh, I am putting it on.
You can't put it on. No, actually you can. I had a listener give me that.
Oh,
there's only 500 of those made.
Well, that's fancy.
It is fancy. And then there's a giant Darth Vader over there.
Oh, less giant.
Yeah, that's the giant Darth Vader. That's the Darth Vader. And then there's the original Star Wars action figures right there.
Lots and lots of them unboxed.
If anybody would like a tour of the Golden Scissors Studio and you're in the Central Florida area, please reach out and let me know. I'd be more than happy to give you one. There's the Fox with 2 X's, Melissa Fox. Hello.
Hi, how are you? Don't forget to wow, I got robbed.
Yeah. What's
There
that?
it is.
Like 3 different thoughts going at one time. What's going on?
Well, no, it's weird because the clapping was going in and out. Someone was shutting the door. They weren't really sure.
That's just the voices in your head.
You're right. It is the voices in my head. Damn it, Ben. Stop being right. Stop making sense.
That's what happens when you mix fentanyl with karaoke.
Huh?
You are on quite the karaoke kick there lately, Fox.
Oh, you are.
Just posting them. I've always been doing as many as you see. I just haven't been taking videos.
You have been posting an abnormal amount lately. Is it because you are on the show now or what?
Hey, I try to promote whatever it is that I do. Okay.
And I appreciate that.
For whatever reason, and those are some pretty cool promos that we put together for the Bailey Show. So why not promote them? And as for the karaoke, people have been asking me for that.
Thousands. I get it all the time.
Yeah, people ask me for stuff. So, if I can do a stupid karaoke song in a smoky bar and hit half the notes because I can't hear the freaking song, then, and it makes them happy for me to post a video, and who cares, right? Maybe it makes something of it.
If I had a nickel for every time that I am stopped on the streets and they say, Bailey, or a lot of times Buckethead, can you please, for the love of God, have Melissa Fox post a picture of her doing Jesse's Girl at karaoke night? I would be a very wealthy man. I wouldn't have to win the Powerball.
I can't tell if you're insulting me or not.
Yeah, it's a little bit, kind of. It's not like a full insult. It's just kind of a little jabby jab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You take karaoke very seriously.
Then whatever. Yeah. I mean, I like singing. It's a good stress relief. I work freaking 80 hours a week in a laborer's job where I came from 35 years of lifting a microphone was about the heaviest thing I ever lifted. Now I'm lifting 70 pounds a day and I got muscles. So yeah, I don't mind singing and working a little bit of a crowd, which is also that radio microphone thing you talk about where we actually need to be behind a mic here and there, you and I, or
No, I'm pretty microphone savvy. I understand the microphone thing.
No, I know you do too, but I'm saying as a radio announcer, personality, host, what have you, it is slightly different but that's working the crowd that you do, Ben. That's what I'm talking about. Is that there's that live component too. You know what I'm talking about, Bailey. I'm not, and it's good. It's a nice dopamine rush. It feels good.
Yeah. It's the same, but it's different. Like you are able to, Ben, talk to people in your therapy behind a microphone through song, right?
Yep.
But you do a lot of covers. So you have to.
Well, with this particular project, yes.
Right. Yeah. What Fox is talking about and what I allude to often is that we get to say whatever the fuck we want for the most part, especially in this kind of forum, this podcast world. The radio, a little bit of boundaries here and there. Now there's a lot of boundaries. I listen to radio now and I'm just like, Jesus, dude, are you guys in like very small plastic cubicles? Like just bouncing an idea. Like there is nothing outside the box, like literally nothing outside the box. It is a very sad time in that business. We have a guest, if all goes well, coming on. This guy, he's awesome. He saved a life in a very dramatic fashion, very cool fashion. Talk about right place, right time. So more on that story if and when he joins us here shortly. Before he comes on, I would like to talk about what I have now come to learn and appreciate as possibly one of the dumbest college traditions that I've been introduced to, and that is this.
Come on, all you Razorbacks, let's stand up and call those calls.
Okay, dude, I know these are your Arkansas Razorbacks, Ben. I was not familiar with their tradition, the pig suey or whatever you guys do. That has got to be the dumbest thing that I've ever seen done in a college football stadium.
Look.
That is so stupid.
Look, I get it. So it started in the 20s, right?
Oh, yowza.
That's what they're doing.
No. And there's 85,000 people doing it together. Anything you get 85,000 people to do together.
Dude, they're in Arkansas. There's nothing else to do.
Right?
Sure there is.
Practice at home.
Don't get mad.
I feel like you just don't get it. I'm gonna have to take you to a game so you understand.
I want to go.
No, if there's 35,000 people suing, yeah, I'm out. You can count me out of that.
Okay, I will. So when you have 85,000 people doing something that's been done for 85 years, so the tradition built up because yes, Arkansas is backwoods, and we were originally called the Cardinals. They changed their name to the Razorbacks, and pig farmers started to come to the games.
This is getting better. Keep going.
And the pig farmers were, that's how you call hogs. And then the cheerleaders went, we can make this better. So they actually developed a cheer where you can't see me do it, but it's
all right. I know you're fragile, so I'll meet you halfway.
Yes, please.
I agree.
It's goofy. I'll meet you halfway too.
Okay. I'll agree when you can get a lot of people to do the same thing. There's nothing better. Like when you go to a concert, everyone's singing a song, so on and so forth. I agree with you on that. But this looks like a bad cult, where there's like, ooh.
It doesn't look like a bad cult, Bailey.
It does.
It's a bad cult. It doesn't look like anything. It's Arkansas Razorbacks football is about as close to a religion as you can get in Arkansas without being.
Well, I get that too.
Yeah.
SEC football, Georgia, Alabama, they got the, Dixieland Delights and Georgia, I get it.
I tell you this though, man, when I went to Gainesville, they do Won't Back Down. You got 90,000 people in the swamp singing Tom Petty.
Because he's from Gainesville.
Yeah, but it's incredibly cool. Even I'm a hog fan. And I was like, man, this is badass.
I remember when I was in high school, my good friend, he was being recruited by Florida, and he took me with him on a visit. So we got to go and watch a game in the end zone. And I'd never been to a college football game before. And I just thought, I was like, wow, I was like, this is kind of cool. It's like the students are dressed up, suit and tie. And I was like, it's just everybody's kind of in on this. This is really neat. And then they had the guy, I don't know if he's still alive now, but
2 bits guy or whatever his name was. Yeah.
1 bit, 2 bit, 3 bit, $1 or whatever it is, and going around and doing that. I was like, how do they all know this? This is so cool. I always would ask myself that. I remember going on a cruise with an old girlfriend of mine out of Miami. She lived down there, and I saw people doing the Macarena on the dance floor. I was like, how do they all know that dance? I was like, how does everybody know this and I don't know this? So I think that's cool, when everybody is in for one, like everybody's there for the team, everybody's there for the school. But then you have to break it down, and what are you doing to cheer on the school? This one's a little silly. This is really
I want you to do it that way there and see what kind of reaction you get.
So there's 3 times where they go, woo.
Yeah, so you start quieter. I'm not going to stand up and do the whole cheer, but you start down here and you raise your hands, and yeah, you got jazz hands going on. So, woo,
yep.
Pig suey.
Oh,
you do that 3 times.
That's when they do the fix.
Pig suey, and at the end you say pig suey, Arkansas Razorbacks, and everybody goes ape shit. It's awesome. And Tusk is down there going, yeah, I feel you. And that's our mascot. He's a real 450-pound hog with Tusk.
I don't know, brother. I appreciate your love for Arkansas and the Razorback football program, but I just can't buy into this tradition.
That's okay. It's okay. And
it's got kind of a dumb history behind it too.
Don't dog the heritage.
You're talking about nobody was coming to the football games.
I never said nobody was coming.
So pig farmers started to come.
Pig farmers were coming to the games
because there was nothing else to do.
No, because they changed the name, and the pig farmers are like, well, damn, I wonder if pigs are actually playing football.
They didn't change the name until after the pig farmers, right?
No,
they changed the name before.
Yeah.
So the pig farmers showed up.
Yeah. Now I understand. So Arkansas used to be the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Nobody was coming to the games.
Never said that.
I know you didn't.
Yep.
I'm telling you, nobody was coming to the games. So they were like, hey, look, in order to get people to the games, we've got a bunch of pig farmers that aren't doing anything on Saturdays. Let's call ourselves the Razorbacks and do this stupid pig suey. Now you got people buying tickets. Now I understand.
Because they thought that these Razorbacks were actually playing football, not people. That's why they showed up. And that's why they're doing the Suey call, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to round them up.
Now it makes sense. Kind of right on any of this?
Okay, no, but when we were the Cardinals, we just had a stadium full of ornithologists with binoculars and crap. So at least the pig farmers brought something fun to the game.
Please tell me that pause before you made that line was you Googling what that word was?
I wanted to pronounce it correctly. Yeah. But I did pronounce it correctly.
Busted.
Orna, I don't want to say gynecologist. That's not a bird watcher.
Ornithologist. That was very good. That's actually something that my extended family does. They're like the first, they're like, we saw the first red robin of the season, and all the bird watchers.
Gynecology.
No, they don't do that.
No, I do. I do that.
I didn't know if it was genetic.
No, damn it. No, my bird watching and bird identifying is, it's actually in my family. I think my uncle or my cousin's written books about it. Ridiculous. But yeah, that's how you say it.
It's a great story, Fox, about your uncle and the bird watching. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. Yeah. It's very interesting. Anyway, so Arkansas Razorbacks call hogs. I'm going to put that down.
Something not to experience
as one of the worst college football traditions in America.
Rude.
Would you like to name off some of the best?
I'm going to go with the Rock at Clemson.
Oh, that's without a doubt. Yes. Metallica.
Oh God. Enter Sandman at Virginia Tech.
Yep.
I won't back down at Gainesville. I'll put that up there.
Okay.
That's a good one.
You brought up the Children's Hospital, Iowa.
That to me is
moving.
The best. That is the coolest tradition in all of college sports. When they come out to the field, their field is like the hospital is right there and it overlooks the field, and they have the kids in the window and all the players wave at the kids, and the kids, every time I talk, I get goosebumps. Without a doubt, the coolest college tradition.
I love to hear you got a heart, Bailey.
I've got
It's in there.
Yeah, I know, but you don't talk about it very often.
I do. I got an honest heart.
You have a leathery exterior.
it's alligator leather. The Army Navy march on. This off of Yahoo Sports. Army Navy, the bitter matchup, regardless of the team's records. Every school would love to have traveling student sections, but Army and Navy bring their entire student body to the neutral site games and then march onto the field to show who's the boss. That's pretty cool. They say for some of the worst college football traditions, go blue banner. They just
slap it.
They slap it.
Well, remember when you're in a locker room, on your way out of the locker room, there was something above the door like achieve greatness or be a lion or something. So you'd all have to slap the slogan.
Notre Dame owns that. Play like a champion today.
Yeah, but every locker room has something you slap on the way out of the door. They just have a giant banner for the fans to watch them slap. It's stupid.
The flaming spear.
Oh yeah,
Florida State. They have this as bad. I think that's badass.
I think that's badass. Nope. Look, it does. It says badass.
Oh, badass.
Yeah. See, they agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chief Osceola.
Chief Osceola is badass indeed.
Do they have my Mountaineer for West Virginia? Because he is cool as hell.
Dixieland Delight is on here. They have that as sublime. I think that's cool. Like, I'm not a fan of my daughter saying the things in between.
I can imagine that would be uncomfortable.
Because again, sing the song.
Spend my dollar
on beer.
Parked in a holler neath the mountain moonlight. Hold her up tight.
Against the wall.
Make a little loving
all night.
Little turtle doving neath the Mason-Dixon night.
And then they're like, fuck LSU and Georgia and Tennessee too, or something. I'm like, cool tradition. I get it. Everybody, again, to the point of everybody knows the words and everybody does things. I don't need my daughter screaming against the wall and all night.
Earmuffs.
Yeah, right. Not a fan.
Yeah. Like
she's starting to tag her stuff. Like she was at the Alabama game this past weekend and she put hashtag LFRT. Like I'm not going to know what that means. Let's fucking roll tide. Can you just put roll tide?
Yeah.
Enter Sandman, Virginia Tech, without a doubt.
Oh, it's electric. You ever seen that, Fox?
Yeah, I've seen most of these. They're
The
pretty good.
whiteout at Penn State.
Yep.
I mean, they
And
just
there.
wear white and
It's like a big Diddy party.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that there's not foam on the field and a bunch of underage pedophile bait.
The jump around from Wisconsin. It's a little outdated.
Okay.
Yeah. The Clemson bus trip.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, is the Grove on there for Ole Miss?
See, new tradition that needs to end. Spooky Rocky Top. The bluegrass song has been a staple of the pride of the Southland band for years, and Tennessee fans will sing it at the top of their voices, yelling it's great. For some reason, Tennessee decided during key moments of the game to play a spooky version of the song, and it's spooky in all the wrong
Is
ways.
it Morgan Wallen remake?
I have no idea. This is very deliverancy.
Tracks.
Let's see. The Iowa Wave. Not familiar with that. That's all the ones they had on there.
The Iowa Wave.
Yeah. You know what really impressed me is, when I was at the University of Central Florida, the football games were at the Citrus Bowl. You would go and maybe go in for a little bit and leave. The football team was not very good, even though towards the latter years we had Dante Culpepper, and you wanted to go see Dante Culpepper play football.
Would you just go to the game and then like dip out and go to Church Street for the rest of the day?
No, we would start drinking at we'd be at the fraternity house and the bus would roll up at 8:00 in the morning. So we would start drinking at 8. By the time the game started, I was done. I'd probably already taken a nap or two, I was done. So it was a long, long day. We very rarely went to Church Street. It would end at the house, end at an apartment, and just be dead tired to the world. So years later, obviously present day, UCF has its own stadium on campus. And I remember watching a game some years ago. It was like the first time that I'd seen UCF play a football game, definitely in its own stadium. And I'm watching this game on national TV, and it was awesome. The bounce house and they now have traditions. And I'm just thinking, I'm going, so I graduated in 97, which would have been give or take the last time that I went to a UCF game. I might've went to one a year or two later, but it was still the same old, same old. And now just within 20 years, they've created tradition.
The tradition when you were there was drinking.
There was no tradition at the game. It was like a college football program at the time, 1AA, no tradition that I can remember. I don't remember fans doing the same thing. We didn't sing a song. We didn't go, woo-wee. We didn't do any of that.
Would have been cooler if you
So then I'm sitting there and I'm going, how did traditions start? Traditions have to start somewhere. Like how did Alabama get named Roll Tide? Their mascot is an elephant. That's kind of weird. Well, it all comes from one game back in the day, a newspaper writer made a comment that when they were coming out of the locker room, it sounded like a herd of elephants and a tide or something like that. It was all about a newspaper article. And that started that tradition.
Oh, it's okay. It sounded like a stampede of elephants. So that was okay.
Right. I don't know what the tradition was before. I don't know much about the history. I don't know anything about that. I just know that that's how that tradition started. I think when traditions start, it's pretty cool because they're organic, but it has to start from somewhere. There has to be a catalyst, and then people have to jump on that. A lot of people have to jump on that. There's not like a group of people that go, hey, we're going to make this a tradition, right? I mean, traditions aren't forced upon people, correct? What is that?
Apparently you just talked to my phone.
That's pretty cool. Traditions aren't forced upon people, correct?
No. Well, it depends on what family you come from.
No, I'm not talking about family tradition. I'm talking about like sporting traditions. Like the school doesn't come out. I mean, they might come out and say, hey, we're all wearing black. We're all wearing white. But
some traditions
they didn't go, hey, look, starting this game, everybody, 85,000 people are going to do this. And this is when you're going to do it. Make sure you know your time and your roles.
No, they don't get, I don't think it's that pure. I mean, or it's more pure than that. I'm sorry. So like somebody will start it and then somebody go, yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to do that with you.
Right. Isn't that fascinating how those things start?
You know what I mean? Sort of like looking up on a corner on the street, and then everybody starts gathering around and looking up as well because they're like, what's she looking at? And by the time you're done, you've got 50 people looking up in the air and just walk away.
See, that's how you start a tradition. You look up.
You just look up. You wonder, how many traditions started with one person doing one thing, and then somebody else going, "That's cool. I'm going to do," and then it was kind of like the phone game, right?
Right.
And then bum, and by the end of the season, everybody's doing it. You know what I mean? I would. There should be I'm sure there are documentaries on how that kind of stuff, but the traditions, like when one person starts. I know that I think Texas A&M 12th man tradition started with one guy, and then that turned into what it is today.
Yes, there's 11 people on each side of the ball, and then one other dude wanted to play, so he became the 12th man.
No, I think he was a fan. I think it was a fan.
So the 12th man it's all of their fans. That is the 12th.
Yeah, that's the 12th.
Listen to me though. What I'm saying, how did it start? If memory serves, because I actually remember researching this, there was one guy that was like at the games all the time. He was like the biggest fan. So the school, and Google check me on this one, but the school said, okay, you're the 12th man. And then that 12th man turned into everybody's the 12th man. Kind of like how Seattle, the Seahawks have the 12th man, that's how it became, but it started with one guy. Every tradition has to start with one guy. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I just thought of another tradition. I got to backtrack for a second. I apologize. Auburn has stupid. I don't understand how they're the Auburn Tigers, but they wore eagle. I don't get it. But they break out an eagle and it flies around the inside of the stadium. Just this one eagle. And bald eagles are just majestic anyway. And to have one just cruising around in the middle of the football game, it's rad.
Just waiting for it to attack somebody.
Oh, God, that'd be cool.
I have asked about that because I was like, do they have two mascots? I mean, what's the deal? The eagle is cool as hell. And like you said, just floating around in the stadium. And yes, it would be really neat if it picked up a small child and went off with it. But I never understood two mascots. So why?
There's a reason. There is a reason for it. And I know what it is, but I forget what it is. It's a good reason too. I mean, they just didn't said the one day war eagle or something like that.
Go back to my ornithologist page.
Now, if you have a bad tradition, but you love the school, can you openly admit it? Like Ben, can you openly admit that for Arkansas, this is a pretty stupid tradition?
I can openly admit that it is a stupid tradition for anybody that doesn't come from Arkansas and understand.
What don't we understand?
You've never been. If you haven't been and you haven't experienced it, then you just don't know.
Okay, but if you were to step outside of your Arkansas shack and look,
okay, we got lots of money in Arkansas. It ain't got to be a shack, Bailey.
Okay,
all right. So it's got indoor plumbing. All right, move along.
If you could step outside of your Arkansas shack for a second and look at the go and compare it to Enter Sandman or The Rock or the Children's Hospital or, Tom Petty or whatever the case may be.
You don't have to be a fan of Virginia Tech to go Enter Sandman. That's cool as shit.
I agree with that.
You do have to be a fan of Arkansas to go Woo Pig Suey's cool as shit. I understand that it does not make sense to an outsider. I 100% agree with you on that.
Do you have to be a fan of sick children to agree that the Iowa walk-on is pretty cool?
It's preferable.
Yeah, that's probably the one college tradition that no matter, even if you're the rival school, Iowa State, I guess.
Yeah, you go, all right.
You have to be like, all right, man, these guys are cool.
Give me a phone. I'm going to donate something.
Right. That's kind of cool. Which is a brilliant thing to do. That's like a total.
They have a telethon every game.
Mind F, right? That's a total mind F to your opponents. They can't be mad at your walk-on tradition because it has to deal with sick children.
Right. That's just a little bald kid in the window that they're showing in the hospital, and he's all happy, waving. Right. How can you possibly turn that down?
You can't.
Apparently you can if he's calling the hogs at the same time.
My daughter, after going to the game this past weekend, and they beat up on Louisiana Monroe or something. Thank God they did. I mean, if not, they'd be in a lot of trouble. But she's texting me and her mother. We're in this group text, and she's just having a ball. She got all dressed up. She's taking her pictures. She's sending us the pictures and this and this and that. And she leaves the game and they go to this bar, wherever, and everybody's there. And she goes, I love this school so much. Everybody loves each other. Everybody's having so much fun. And I'm going, I am so happy you're having this college experience, because I don't remember having that college experience. I never walked away from a football game going, everybody loves each other. And it's probably a guy girl thing, but I never walked away going, man, I love this school. I absolutely love this school. Everybody loves each other. So when you have tradition, any tradition, even as one as dumb as the, ooh, so piggies, it's still that feeling of everybody's in. And when you have everybody in doing that same thing for one reason and one reason only, win, lose, or draw, that's pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Is Arkansas an easy? Yeah, it's an easy school to get into, right?
No, actually, it's not. They have an incredible law school. Their physical therapy program, bar none, business, incredible.
Did you go there?
I went to Arkansas Little Rock, and I went to University of Central Arkansas. I did not go to the Fayetteville campus.
That's the big campus.
Yeah, it's the one on the hill.
Why didn't you go there?
Because they wouldn't give me a big enough scholarship.
Oh, to play football?
Actually cheerleading.
Oh, that's right. You were a male cheerleader.
I did have football scholarships, but only to like small schools.
So where did you male cheerlead at?
University of Central Arkansas, University of Central Florida.
You were a male cheerleader at UCF.
For about a week. They did not, the rest of my financial aid did not kick in. So I went back to Arkansas and went to University of Arkansas at Little Rock.
Okay.
But yes, I was supposed to be on the competition squad at UCF.
Do you still have your outfit?
No, I might have a shirt somewhere, but I don't have the skirt.
Hold on. Talk for a second.
No pom-poms.
Just
skirt and pom-poms. They made you wear that?
Well, yeah, I was, really cute for powder puff.
Did you guys ever do like the tower stuff and you were on the top, or no?
Well, yeah, actually at college camp, everybody, including all the guys, we had to go to a pyramid class so we would know what it was like to be a flyer.
Yep.
Yeah, so I had to go up in stunts.
Yep, I knew it.
Yep.
We were stalling. I thought it was great.
I was fourth in the country for stunting in 1996. So,
but you're a base.
Yeah, I was not the flyer. I was the one holding the girls up in awkward positions.
Yeah.
Hand up their skirt.
I mean, for a minute.
You got to hold them up there like that. It's very awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, but most of the hand up the skirt stuff takes place after practice.
Did you slip at any time?
Are you talking about the hide my finger trick?
Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
seriously, did you?
Oh yeah.
And it just
when you're first learning how to do it, your hand, when you throw it up in the air, you go like this.
Palm it.
Yeah, but your thumb should be back with the rest of your fingers. If it's not, then it goes into little hidey holes. So
you understand we're talking about lifting a cheerleader, folks, and yeah, wow, that's
if you grab your butt and your thumb's in the wrong spot, then it goes in little hidey holes. So
and do they say something to you?
They put me down,
they give you a little clinch
and they call me later.
And when they're doing the pyramid, don't you hold their inner thigh?
No. When it came to the pyramids, we were all feet.
Did you ever sleep with any of these girls because of that?
Lots of them, yeah. College cheerleading camp was like Caligula. We went to
I would think so. That would be like the ultimate aphrodisiac.
It's like being a straight guy in ballet.
Yeah, there's a lot of gay dudes that cheer. So if you're a straight guy, say that the male to female ratio at college cheerleading camp is 8 women to every guy, right? And half the guys are gay.
More than half. You're like, you had pussy galore.
I'm doing simple math here. So now you just got all kinds of extra chances. So you cheer from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then you go to a bar for an after hours function put on by the cheerleading camp. And then once the bar closes, you all meet at the SMU pool and just have a DJ and you keep drinking by the pool until 3 or 4. And yeah, you hook up a lot.
Yeah, I would think
My
so.
ugly ass, man. I did good.
Because if you get past that barrier, and you've already gotten past that barrier.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you're out there, you're cheering, you pick the girl up, your finger slip, right? One of those things. And she's probably going to be like, hey, you've already been there. So let's.
Yeah, it's very entry level.
Okay.
When you have that problem, if you have it when you're actually on a college cheerleading squad and you do that, they're like, okay, you did that on purpose. Call me later.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that bad. You probably got more than the football players with the cheerleaders.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they trusted you. They felt
Yeah.
good with you.
A lot more time together, and like you said, you've got 4 and then you've got Ben, so yeah, it's hot meat.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, that's good. I like that. All right. Our guest is ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Prove it.
Our guest is ready. He's the guy that I said has an amazing story. He saved a life, right place, right time. I was introduced to him from a mutual friend, Matt Inglett. If anybody remembers back in my Buckethead days, he was part of the law firm at the time, Kaufman, Inglett, and Lind. Now it's just Kaufman and Lind. And Matt is off on his own. I helped media train Matt Inglett to the radio days, and then he became such a big deal. I don't know what our guest's relationship with him, other than maybe his attorney, but let's welcome to the BS podcast. He's a man that's saving lives. That is Mark Rizzotto, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, Mark?
Hey. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good. Yeah, I'm a longtime friend of Matt's. I grew up with him, so I've known him for years.
Did you
Great
really?
guy. Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, back in the day, we met by coincidence, if that's even a word. Got him on the radio. Started having him on my show like every other week or something. This was during the recession. And I was going through a short sale. And I was like, I bet you other people are going through this as well. So he started to come on, and then he became, a mainstay. And then he became this media guy. And then he became, the Kel and the over Orlando. Then it became a thing. Then he started going CNBC and all these other different things. And so, I got back into Orlando about a year ago and reached out to him to reconnect. And I was asking him about something the other day. And he goes, oh, dude, I got to introduce you to my friend Mark. He's got an amazing story. So I want you to explain what happened. You might have, those listening seen this in the news or, read in the paper or online or something. Mark's story is fascinating. Go ahead.
So it was last Monday, which was August 25th. It's about 1:45 in the afternoon, normal day at the restaurant. Usually I leave around 2 o'clock to go run some errands. For some reason, I stayed that day. We had a small cell move through, nothing out of the ordinary for Florida. And it stopped raining, and the property manager had stopped in. He usually walks the property. And then we're talking for a few minutes, and he walks out of the building, goes around to the side of the building, and I just heard a big, loud, like a flash boom, not even a delay, just a loud crack. I mean, it was so loud, I was scared inside the restaurant. So I knew it hit something. So I look out the window, I see him laying face down in the grass.
Hit a guy. Hit a guy, hit a dude.
Yeah, hit him. So I look down, he's face down. It had just started raining again. I ran out there. I was out there in probably 10 to 15 seconds, 20 seconds. I had these two ladies that were in the restaurant called 911. And I lifted, he was out. He was completely out. I lifted his head up. His mouth was packed with mud and grass. It almost looked like Hulk, the superhero, like just picked him up and body slammed him. He was like implanted into the ground.
Was his body burning, like on fire?
It was. So after I got him up, I started cleaning out his mouth, hit him on the back a couple times, got him breathing. Once he started breathing, his body was convulsing like unbelievable. His heart rate was at 265.
Holy
hell. So, I mean, his brain shut down and his body didn't know what to do because the electronics in his brain shut down. So I didn't know what to do. I'm trying to keep him under control so he doesn't hurt himself more. I had to start ripping his clothes off. He had the rain jacket on. I ripped it off. His body was burning. I don't know what his body temperature was, but it was hot. Letting the rain come down on him and cool him off a little bit. By the time the fire department got there, I could barely control him. I mean, it was like unbelievable. They couldn't even work on him outside. It was too dangerous. They had to bring him inside the restaurant, the medics, which they did a great job in the conditions that they were in. And they had to hit him a couple times with the paddles to get him going. To get his rhythms back into what they normally are, so his brain will start functioning.
Yeah,
he was flailing around. I mean, it was unbelievable.
How old was this guy?
He's 30 years old.
Okay,
he's 30 years old, so he's healthy. He's been in the hospital for about 4 or 5 days. He should make a full recovery. I think his motor skills might be a little bit off right now, but he's doing some therapies and stuff. And we're going to be having a function for him on September 14th.
At Rizzotto's Pizza, your pizza place.
Yeah, we're going to do it at my pizza place, Rizzotto's Pizzeria.
In Seminole.
We're in Seminole Boulevard in Seminole, Florida. And we're going to have it there. We're going to have some live music. We're going to have a big function there to raise this kid some money too, because he's going to be out of work for a while. And he's just so young. And
so this, the guy that got hit by lightning, his name is Travis Kurtz. Like Mark said, he's 30 years old. And he was, so picture, just picture kind of like your pizza place is in like a shopping plaza, correct?
We're on the corner of the shopping plaza.
Yeah, you're in the corner of the shopping plaza. Then there's the parking lot, nice area, and then nice green area and a tree. And it was just one of those Florida days where, we get that, 45-minute rain shower. And as it was explained in the news story, it wasn't all that bad. And then just out of nowhere, this lightning strikes out of all the places it can strike. It strikes Travis in front of Mark's pizza place.
And what's strange is that he was to where it hit him. There was a lot of objects that were higher than him, because we kind of went back with the firemen trying to figure out where it came from. It almost like came in at an angle. Like it was just a very strange way. And it was just a very quick flash boom, no warning, no nothing, just a loud crack. I mean, it shook the building.
Did it, I mean, it hit him specifically, or it hit like the ground right next to him and he was collateral damage?
Well, it hit an aluminum mailbox, and the electricity went through him into electrical boxes that are on the side of the building, blew those doors off about 60 to 70 feet out into the street. And then it went down about 300 feet into the ground and blew all the pumps out for the sprinklers that we have deep wells for. It went that far into the ground and blew everything out into the ground too. So it was some pretty serious voltage that.
So it didn't hit him first. It hit the mailbox first.
From what we know, because there was no blowouts on his feet. So it went into the mailbox, went through him, and went out of these electrical boxes on the wall. So he was electrocuted in between.
Yeah, you answered my question. I was going to say, normally the soles of the feet is where it enters.
That's where they first checked. They took his shoes off first thing. And so it went through him and went back into these electrical panels, and then went out there where it exited through the electrical panels. And they usually, like the Florida power panels, they have the metal covers on them. These covers got blown off and the boxes got blown off the wall. I mean, it was unbelievable, the power when it exited those boxes. I mean, it was unbelievable. I've been here my whole life. I've never seen anything like it.
Possible stupid question for you, Mark.
Yes.
When you're looking out and you see outside your pizza place and you see this guy get struck by lightning and you run out to save his life, were you hesitant to touch him? Like if somebody's being electrocuted, you're supposed to like poke him with a stick or something. Were you afraid that, I don't know, you were going to get electrocuted too or something?
That's a great question, because at the time I didn't think about it. Now, afterwards, after the firemen took him and stuff, I walked back out to the area because I didn't know where it had come in from. There could have been a down power line. There's a transformer back. There could have been electricity on the ground as I went out there. But when your adrenaline gets going, I didn't even think about it. I just went out there and try to, help him as much as I can and rescue him and get him breathing. He was choking, try and get him going and stuff. But in the future, yes. There's a possibility I would, maybe look. At that time, I didn't think about it, but I thought about it afterwards. I'm like, wow, this could have been two people.
Next time you save somebody's life from lightning strike, you're going to be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I would have never thought about that.
Yeah, that was after the fact I thought of that. But, that was a good question, because I thought about it afterwards, and I thought it could have really been a lot more tragic if I would have walked into it, because, there would have been both of us, and then who knows,
Yeah, exactly. I'm assuming you've talked to him since this took place.
I did. I saw him, what's today? Sunday. I saw him Thursday. He's looking good. He's able to drive now. They just released him. He is just doing therapy now. He's doing occupational and some physical therapy and stuff, trying to get his all his functions back. And
so what does one say to someone like you, Mark, that saved their life?
He called me the next morning. As soon as he can talk, he was starting to be able to talk the next day. And he was, it wasn't as clear as it should be, but he called me to thank me. He was unbelievably thankful. I mean, he couldn't say enough. You know, he definitely had, God was on his side, and he definitely had some guardian angels watching over him that day, because things just happened to work out where I was there, you know, because a lot of the stores are closed on Monday in my strip center. So I'm the only one there. So if I wouldn't have seen him, he would have been left for who knows how long.
I bet you he will.
So he's very gracious. I think he's going to look at life a little bit differently now, you know, how short it could be within a split second it could end. So
yeah, I bet you he will not eat at any other pizza place.
He's going to have free slices for life.
Yeah. Well, the flip side of that, you're probably going to hook him up with free pizza too, right?
Yeah, right. Free slices for life. I told him.
Yeah. I don't know if there's, with a lightning strike victim, if there's survivor's guilt, if that's a thing with lightning strike victims, and then the person that saves their life, I know I would feel like I'd be in debt to them. You know, I don't know if this guy's going to be at your pizza place every day saying, hey, dude, you need some dishes washed, or say, you don't have to pay me. I mean, I would just be forever in debt, working off this debt until I get annoying and where you yell at me and tell me to go home.
I think call that Russian bow or something.
I mean, are you afraid that you're not going to be able to keep this guy away because he's going to be wanting to, you know, repay the debt?
No, he's more than welcome to come over whenever he wants. We kind of created, I think it's, I've known it for several years, but I think this is a different kind of bond now that I have with him. Like, I don't know. It's just, I look at life differently. He's 30 years old. I'm 55. I mean, that could have been me walking outside and that happening. I mean, I don't know. I have a different kind of relationship with him now where, you know, I'm just happy he's going to be okay. And I hopefully he gets everything back to normal and gets on with life, because sometimes when you get hit by lightning, later on in life, some people have problems sometimes. So hopefully he's young enough to, you know, recoup from all this. And
yeah. Do you know the odds? What are the odds of getting hit by lightning?
It's like getting bit by a shark, and it's also like hitting the lottery. So, I mean, the odds are pretty slim. I told him to play the Powerball. It's a $2 billion. Yeah, let's play the Powerball.
Yeah. I saw as you were getting ready to come on the show, I'm assuming that was your wife helping you set everything up?
That's my ex-wife.
Oh, your ex-wife. Okay.
Yeah, so we're still friends.
You're still friends. Okay. So you're a single successful business owner, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whether it's your ex-wife who you have a friendship with, or any other ladies that have seen you do what you do, is there this new attraction to Mark Rizzotto now that he's saved a life and is a hero? Are you getting people reaching out going, you know, you're a good looking guy, you're successful, you make the best pizza in town. Ladies didn't know you before, but now they know you as Mark the superhero.
And he saves lives.
And he saves lives.
Actually, I've been getting flooded with phone calls. It started happening right away. Friends of his, family, actually strangers stopping by to meet me and pick up food. You know, they've never been in there before. I've been in business 25 years, but some new people to the area. But yeah, it's becoming to where people are coming in and thanking me that are strangers and that don't even really know him. You know what I mean? They're just saying, thank you for being there. Thank you for saving a life.
That's
which
cool.
I'm really happy how the community has come together. I mean, it really is. It's really nice, actually. I'm surprised how many people have reached out.
Yeah, that's cool.
But we're going to have that big function on September 14th, and there's going to be a lot of people there. We're going to have some live music. We're going to have some classic cars. We're going to have some stuff going on. So I think we're going to meet a lot more people when we have this event. Actually, the fire department's going to be out there. The medics that were on scene to save him, they're going to have a fire truck out there for the kids, and it's going to be a good thing, good fundraiser for him.
You can grand marshal a parade or two while you're at it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We should.
I was thinking, you know, when we were texting the other day, I was like, God, you know, I've been with my wife 13 years, you know, and things change as you get older. And the other day she did something that I don't think has ever done. And that was, she didn't make my salad for me. And not that it's like a forced thing, but she just didn't do it. She always does it. And I'm like, I think we're losing something. If I could save someone's life, and I'm actively now, after I've met you, I'm trying to find somebody's life I can save. And I've done it in the past via radio, right? Yeah, maybe Fox, maybe you'll be my pet project. I'm like, if I came home, if I had Mark's story, my wife would make me a salad to the rest of my days. She would find me overly attractive. And she would be like, my husband is a lifesaver. He's a superhero, because that's what Mark is. He's a superhero. He's Pizza Man. He is a superhero. That is like the ultimate aphrodisiac. Even your ex-wife has to be impressed with that.
She is, actually. And my kids are very happy too. It's, they've seen it all over TikTok, and it really got out there pretty quick. And like I said, it's very nice just to hear people. For me, I don't look at it that way, because I just did what I did. I mean, naturally, I just ran out there. My adrenaline was going. I ran out there naturally. But I'm just happy that he's around, that he's still here to accept all these people calling, and all his friends that are reaching out to us and stuff like that. That's my main thing. I even told the news too, when the news was out there when the fire department left. They started pulling up, and I said, we'll go on the news, but I want to make sure that he's okay first. Let's let him get out of the hospital, and we can have both of us on there. I'm not, I didn't want to give a story right away. I want to make sure that he's going to be okay, and he is. So that's why we're like, getting out there and starting to tell what happened.
Yeah, I will say this about the article, the news story that I saw. And I know she's a young girl and she's probably new to the business, but not enough attention on what you did. There was a lot of fluff. There was a lot of piecing this story together. And, and I know you want to get him on camera, and I know it was cool that they did it at your restaurant, and I get it. I've been there, done that. I've been in this business for 3 decades, but the big part of the story is what we're getting now from you in the restaurant. You hear the crack, you look outside the window, and they touched on that, but they didn't get the emotional story from you running out. The adrenaline's going. What were you thinking of? Who, what, when, where, why? How did it feel when you touched his body? Those types of things. So a little disappointed that was not in the news story.
She was a young journalist.
Yeah. Because that's people don't see or hear about this every so often, right? But if you're able to have this type of conversation with somebody that actually was the guy that saved the guy's life, and to know what it felt like when you touched his body, that's crazy. And you're not thinking of anything, and nor should you. Fight or flight, right? That's what guys do. Right. We see a problem, we fix it. And you ran out there and you did just that. And I can tell you're a guy's guy. And so you go out there and you're like, nothing else matters other than saving this young man's life. But just to know his body's hot, there stuff in his mouth, dirt in his mouth, and you have to rip his clothes off and all those types of things. Yeah. Were things in his pockets? Were they like burned?
I didn't go into his pockets. He actually had a key in his hand. He had his keys for his car, but he was in so much pain. Once I got him breathing, after he was choking on the dirt and mud and stuff, I got it out of his throat. He started breathing. He was in so much pain that he kept on going for his head and his ears. So I'm figuring he must have went deaf from the noise, because it was so loud. But wow. He didn't know what he was doing. He was going on flailing all over the place. But once I started trying to control him, that's when I felt his body temperature, and it was high. I mean, I don't know that I didn't see what it was, but he was burning up. I mean, I had to rip his coat off, his rain jacket off him, and his shirt open to let the rain hit him to cool down. That's how bad it was. I mean, it was pretty intense. Let me tell you, I know CPR. I know, everything for choking through the restaurant stuff, but what I don't know that I've never used it. You know what I mean? Everyone can learn CPR, but when you have to really use it on somebody or save somebody, I'm not a medic. So it's like, it was all new to me. And it was pretty intense. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. And I'm just glad I was there to help him, because if I wouldn't, who knows what would have happened. I mean, we know probably what would happen, but I mean, luckily somebody was there to help him. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's pretty intense. It stuck with me it took me a while for my adrenaline to come down, hours after that.
I wonder, I don't know the answer to this, but is there something of is your insurance, or is there a program that will help pay your bills? I mean, I know you're doing the fundraiser and all that stuff, but that's only going to go so far. And people have very short attention spans, and they give, and then you'll never see them again. Yeah. For the long run of his PT and those types of things, this is an act of God. Usually insurance companies find that as a loophole to get out of paying you for things. What happens to people that get hit by lightning and have a long recovery?
Well, that's a whole nother thing too. I mean, he was on the job, so it'll be a workman's comp. But as far as insurance covering for the who knows what can happen. I mean, like I said, a lot of times people have problems later on, and like you said, it's an act of God. So a lot of times insurance companies won't cover that. They just
Aflac brags about it, so they better step up.
You know who should pay them? Is church. A church.
Yeah.
You should get workers' comp from a church since their landlord's the one that struck them. That only makes sense. And I'm a believer.
It was their boss's fault.
Right. He missed. He's like, oops, I was aiming for the mailbox. I didn't realize Travis was so close by. We all make mistakes. You just made a big one.
Did he have any recollection of the event after when he called you? Is he like, hey?
No, he didn't actually. We talked about this Thursday. All he remembers is speaking with me and walking out to leave, to walk the property. And that's it. He doesn't remember anything after that. And we were talking about it, and he said it's probably good. So he doesn't have like a PTSD from it or, any kind of he can't remember anything. So it's probably better that that's the case than, having it on his mind all the time, or every time it lightnings, you're going to be scared,
Hear a little thunder and
I mean, I'm more careful now. I mean, let's face it. How guilty are we? We live in Florida. You run out to your car with it raining. You run out of Publix. You run out of where we always run into our car. You carry an umbrella because it's going to rain. That's a metal object. I mean, we're all guilty of being out in the bad weather all the time, which is when it hits that close to home and you actually see it, and feel it like that. It makes you think a little bit different.
I don't know if there's any way to avoid that. I mean, you got to chalk that up as wrong place, wrong time, nothing you can do about it. I mean, even in the story, it was, I think he was talking about it, or somebody was talking about it. There was no lightning or thunder even in the area. It was like the first strike out of nowhere, and it wasn't even raining that hard. It was just drizzling at the time.
Right.
So it's not like he brought it upon himself and went to the 9th hole with a golf club and was waving it around in the middle of a hurricane. Nobody could have seen this coming.
That's what was so weird about it, because when he walked out to leave, I went back to doing my business. I'm back to working, and it was just so loud and it was so quick. It was just a very different lightning strike. It wasn't like I've heard usually, because usually you hear the lightning and the thunder. This was just all at once, just a big, loud crack, boom, shook the building. I mean, not even a warning, nothing, not even a flash. Just
was there a tree nearby? Because that's usually
there's a couple trees in the parking lot. It didn't hit any trees. There's a telephone pole back there and a big transformer on the ground. Nothing got hit. None of that got hit.
I think they just missed. Yeah.
It almost went in at an angle, like in between the trees. Like none of the trees were hit, because me and the fireman, we looked all through there to see where it went in. But it came in at like an angle. So it was just like, the big man up top puts this bolt of lightning down, and he's also the one that saved him too. I mean, the same person that puts the bolt of lightning down saved him. So it's kind of like,
you saved him, but I get it. That's why I said maybe
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe guy was like, whoops, my bad. And,
we better.
Yeah. Wrong Travis, my fault. but in the news story where he got hit, there was a tree literally like 10 feet from him. There's that big tree.
Yeah, there's a big tree there. We don't know exactly how he landed over there. If the force threw him, because he was in the parking lot. Last thing he remembers is walking in the parking lot. So we don't know if the force threw him. Now it's been 2 weeks, and his indention is still in that grass. They've cut the grass twice. I can still see exactly where he was that he got thrown into that. So who knows if he got hit and did a backflip? We don't know how he landed there, because I didn't see the actual when he actually got hit with the.
So he was in your restaurant first having pizza
prior. Yeah, no, he wasn't having pizza. He just came in to talk to me and for a few minutes, check on the property and stuff like that. Just normal stuff.
Because he's like an inspector for the landlord or something like that.
He's a property manager.
Property manager. Okay, so he popped in, and there's again remembering the news story. Right outside of your restaurant, there's parking, one line, and then a space to drive in, and then another parking. So it's a pretty decent sized parking spots.
Yes.
And then there's a curb, grassy area, bushes, and then on the other side of the bushes, a grassy area where the big tree is. So you're saying that he got hit most likely in the parking lot on the concrete and was launched over those hedges, which those hedges come up to about 4 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, over those hedges, and landed on his back in the grass?
No, he was landed face down.
Face down. So boom, and then land. Wow, that's. Do you have security?
We don't have any security cameras back there. We would be able to see exactly what happened. But all he can remember is walking. He started to walk back to his truck, which is the opposite way of where he was landed. So I don't know if the electricity went through him and he did like a back. We don't know, but he got picked up and thrown down. And like I said, you could still see the indention in the grass 2.5 weeks later or whatever. It was pretty intense.
Does he still have his clothes from the incident?
I know he still has his raincoat. I know he still has his raincoat.
The reason I asked,
I don't know. They might have cut his clothes off at the hospital. He had to go to trauma. He was in the trauma unit at Orlando Health.
Hey, look, I'm an idea guy, Mark. The reason I asked that is for your event coming up to raise some money for this guy. Is you cut it up in little squares, maybe put it in the picture frame, auction it off. People will pay big money for that.
Great idea.
I'm full of them. It's like, look, it's a write-off. It's something that you can have. Look, this dude got hit by lightning. I went to his thing. I gave money. You can frame it, put it in. I'm just saying, if you can find the clothes, might be a good idea.
That's a great idea. I'm going to ask tomorrow.
Tell me if you
on that first thing in the morning.
Tell me if you do it. I'll probably text you. I'm going to try to come over for it if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys all come out. Yeah, we'll have a good time. I'll take care of you guys. It's going to be a good time, and it'll be maybe we'll get Matt out there too. I'm trying to get him to come over from Orlando for it. So
tell him I'll drive his lazy ass. He can drive with me. I can bring him over. All right. So from what I understand, Rizzotto's Pizza, your pizza place, best pizza in the land. Now, obviously, everybody debates what the best pizza is, but this is family, right? This comes from deep family tradition. Your pizza, right?
Absolutely.
Style.
New York style.
Okay. And it goes back how far?
I've been in business 25 years. My parents are from Corleone, Sicily. They came over to America in the 50s. We've had the restaurant. I've been in the restaurant business in and out with family members and stuff my whole life. I've actually owned my own for the last 25 years. So I've been around, I come from 5 siblings, my mother and father cooking all the time. We go back to Europe at least once a year for a month or so. We try to go back to the old villages and stuff. And, I take some cooking classes when I'm there, and I try and bring back some ideas from when I'm there too. So we're always constantly trying new things. We're always, everything's homemade. We make everything in-house. It's all good quality, first-class stuff.
What makes your pizza the best? What makes a pizza the best?
We were just talking about this last night. That's funny you say that. I think it's the dough and the sauce. Some people say it's the cheese. I think it's the dough and the sauce. You got to have the sauce with that right kick to it, with a good flavor, not acidic, not too much. I like a pizza with not a lot of toppings. So when I eat pizza, it's usually just cheese or maybe one topping. I don't like to steal from the other flavors that are on the sauce and stuff like that. But
so no anchovies, please.
I do anchovies and green olives too. That's one of my favorites.
Do you do gluten-free or cauliflower crusts?
I don't. We don't do that. We used to do it. There's not much of a calling for it. There's a few people that ask for that. It's kind of, it was like a fad for a little while. We did, and we kind of got out of it.
Yeah.
We make anything. You can order anything however you want it. You want a calzone, we make everything to order, so it could be made. Nothing's pre-made, so
I'm getting
you
hungry.
can get a calzone with 15 toppings in it if you like. You can get whatever you want.
Are there any pineapples in the building?
There is. There is, and I'm not happy about it.
Somebody forced you to do the pineapple ham.
Not happy about it, but there is. And every time I say I'm going to take the pineapple pizza off the menu, we sell a ton of them. I say it all the time. I'm going to take it off the menu, put something else. Every time I say that, people order. People love it.
Yeah.
Is it a sin? Yes, it is. For
What about white pizza? Do you make the white pizza?
Absolutely. We make a white pizza. It's a 4-cheese, garlic, olive oil. We also do, you can do it with some fresh spinach or whatever vegetable or meats you want. It's really good with sausage on it and spinach. It's one of our biggest sellers.
Has Portney from Barstool Sports come to your pizza place yet?
You know, he went right by us. He went right by us when he was there. He was within a mile from me. And I have a couple friends in the area that have pizzerias too that have been in business 25, 30 years. He went right by all of us and kind of hit the newer, trendier places that are big on the platforms and big on the internet. You know, that's the kind of places he kind of went to. That were some of the places he went to were only a year or two old.
So if you could talk to Portney from Barstool Sports, Portnoy. So yeah, that's Portnoy. So if you could talk to Portnoy from Barstool Sports and say, hey, look, you know, Mark, I own the best pizza place in Seminole, Florida, Rizzotto's Pizza. Would you want him to come out? Or you're like, no, I don't even want to chance it.
No, absolutely. I'd like to have him out. I have nothing. I know I can make what he wants, and we have a very good product. I was going to try and reach out to him to see if he's in town, because I know he lives in Miami too, to see if he would come out for this event. That would be a great thing for this event. But I know he's a big college football fan, so we're going to reach out to him and see if there's any chance that he's going to be in town or anywhere close to here at that time. Well, and that would be great to get him out there for that. I mean, that would be really good.
USF is on a roll. I mean, you know,
I know.
He could take up a Bulls game and come to Rizzotto's Pizza.
Absolutely.
You know, check the flappiness first.
The undercarriage.
Well, he always says one bite and he takes like 6.
Eats the whole slice.
Eats the whole slice. But it's, you know, I love watching people eat for some reason. Like I love watching Brad Pitt eat in his movies.
Pretty kinky.
So when he does these pizza reviews, I'm fascinated. I'm like, God, that guy's got a really good pizza bite on him. And
Yeah,
that makes me weird. I know it makes me very weird.
But you know what? If you see other people doing reviews, because there's a lot of them that are trying, nobody does it like he does it.
Right.
Nobody can do it like he does it. He just does it. He knows how to talk. He knows what to say. People try and copy him. He's still the best, no matter what. He knows what he's doing.
He's authentic, is what he is.
Yes. He knows exactly what he's doing.
I'm a fan.
How do you feel about people asking for a fork and a knife with your pizza?
That's fine with me. Actually, when you go to Italy, that's how they serve pizza, with a fork and a knife. So, I mean, I always ask people when they get slices in the daytime if they order just a slice or two. And, you know, sometimes they do it, but it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon. In Europe, that's how they do it.
Isn't that weird? The traditions are so different. Like
they don't even want you to pick up the pizza in Italy. They
Really?
Want you to eat with a fork and a knife.
Oh,
yeah. And they cut the pizza. They cut the pizza in half. They cut it with scissors.
Well, if you ever make it over to Deltona, if you could stop by and help me make my pizzas in my pizza oven out my grill area, I'd appreciate it. I never seem to get the crust right. So maybe you could help me with that. Well, look, we'll stay in touch and I'll do whatever I can on my side of things to help promote the event and do what I can. I think you're a great guy. I love pizza, so I want to drive over to try your pizza, and I just think you're a good dude, and I love people that do what you did without even thinking. I mean, that's what guys do. That's fella stuff. So good for you. God bless you. That is just absolutely amazing.
Thanks, guys. And I'll make sure I get you some pizza doughs, because I support Matt with pizza doughs too for his uni oven. So I'll make sure I can get some to Orlando or however you can get to him, and we'll get you some to make pizzas at your house.
Oh, he's got I got a what is it?
He's got one of those. Yeah.
I got an Alfani. Is it Alfani? It's
a shirt.
No, yeah, it's amazing. No, it's a step up from England's. Let's just put it that way. It's a step up from England's. I'll tell you that right now.
All right.
All right, brother. Nice to meet you.
All right, guys.
Let's stay in touch. All right.
Thank you very much. God bless.
Take care. God bless you, sir.
Thank
See you
you.
later. All right, there you go. Mark Rizzotto, ladies and gentlemen.
Would you do it? What would you do, Bailey, if all of a sudden you heard a big crack and saw a guy laying down and face down in the grass? Would you run out there? Would you touch the body? What do you think your instinct would be?
I would do the same exact thing as Mark did, because that's what guys do. That's what real men do. Real men don't think. Real men act.
What's that make me then? Because I'd have done the same thing. Said I'm a real man.
Yep.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. You're as close to it as possible.
Okay, fair enough.
You're pretty much a dude. So yeah.
Am I a fella though?
Yeah. Fella's a figure of speech. You know.
I know that.
Yeah, fella talk is just somebody that can roll with the punches. You know, that's whenever I say fella talk, it's just guys. It's not locker room talk. It's just you roll with the punches. You know, you rib your friends. And everything's done out of love. You don't really take anything too seriously. But if there is a time to take things seriously, you back up, you slow it down, you take a step back, and you go, "Hey, what can I do to help?" And you take care of your brothers and sisters. You know,
I guess I am a fella. Okay.
That's what being a fella is all about. You know, so I get people ask me about that. It's funny you say that. People ask me, you know, like what you always talk about fella talk and fella things and this and this and that. Like, I'm not trying to say that I'm like the most manly man out there. I'm far from it. But there is a fella, like there used to be like guys were just fellas.
Kind of a code.
Yeah, right. It's a code. And we were all kind of like that. It was just, you know, and then something changed where everybody got so uptight and there all these unnecessary unwritten rules came about and then all these guidelines you had to follow. And then you had to second guess what you were doing because you didn't want to piss somebody off or upset somebody by saying the wrong words or this and this. Like, Jesus, dude, if you don't do anything out of malice, you're straight like skull, you know, just don't be malicious. That's all you got to do. I'm not saying there isn't a time to be malicious. I'm just saying when you're a fella, it's all good, man. You know?
Well, you've said before that some guys that you know are just not fella material. So
no, perfect example was my thought friend that hired me for California. He was the most unfella that I had ever met. There's a guy that I deal with now. The story at a later date, possibly.
Yeah. Okay.
But for legal reasons, we'll just say at a later date.
But he's not a fella.
Not a fella because
kind of a bitch.
Yeah, kind of a bitch. If you overreact to something that you're not sure of, that's not fella. I'll give you an example. If you're texting back and forth with someone and you read into a text or you think it means something without asking the person, or you come to a conclusion without asking the person, or you come to a conclusion based off of what someone else says, that's not a fella. What fellas do is fellas go up to the other fella. Fellas will confront the fella and say, "Hey, look, did you say this?" And if there is a problem, you don't go on social media. You don't go back and forth. You go one-on-one in an alley and you figure it out. And that's what you do. Win, lose, or draw. And when it's done, win, lose, or draw, you pound.
And that doesn't necessarily mean fisticuffs.
Yeah, most of the time it does.
It does. Yeah, it should. But I mean, you can go someplace where it's just the two of you. Hey, look, no cameras, no bystanders. Let's talk this out.
So you take it outside. Take it outside. It's a different.
Take it private.
Yeah, take it private. Yeah, take it private. Like I've had so many. You know, I've lost relationships with people because they wouldn't confront me. I'm told that I'm scary. I'm told that I'm intimidating. I'm told that I'm the bull in the china shop. I'm not. I mean, I guess I am to an extent, but I'm like, I'm the softiest guy out there. You know, if you get to know me, if you need something from me and you're my friend, I will do anything for you.
Billy, do you realize that everything you just said, you described what people say to me too, and probably to Ben as well? Or, you know, intimidating.
Not to Ben. No, not Ben. Ben has got a perfect image. Well, with the exception of one person.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I was waiting for a reference. That's pretty good. That's not bad.
That's a fella thing, people, in case you didn't catch.
That's a fella shot, you know, and I can take the fella shot, you know, because a little inside joke, he knows what I'm talking about, and you know, a little fella shot there. No, Ben's got a really good outside image. You know, I do not. I don't know about you. I have no idea. But the thing is that, you know, what I was saying is I've lost relationships with a lot of people that I was close with because they would not talk to me. They wouldn't confront me. They wouldn't say, "Hey, this is bothering me. Hey, what you did is bothering me. Hey, I'm going to do this. Is that going to bother you? That conversation. Hey, you said this. Well, no, I didn't say this. Let's talk it out and let's figure it out. And let's not end a friendship over what you think I said. You know what I mean? I know what I say. I mean, and I'll admit when I'm wrong, but and that's what fellas do. Fellas figure shit out. Fellas don't assume, that kind of stuff.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Did Mark look like one of them dudes from Impractical Jokers? Or is that just me?
Yeah,
Totally did, didn't he?
I didn't see it.
Oh, really? The guy that, I don't remember his name. The one that left the show. That
I know who you're talking about.
It
Yeah.
looked just like him.
Is that what you're thinking the whole time?
The
Like,
whole time.
I'm not hearing lightning. I'm not hearing pizza. I'm just
You
hearing.
weren't there. I was hearing, is he related to Phil Rizzuto from the money? But
Yeah, risotto. Like every time I said his name, I'm thinking like, God, I love that cheese, man. I was like, is that his real name? It's like, that's pretty cool to be a pizza guy and that's your name.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
It's like you were made for this.
Yeah. So I wonder, like, maybe we should go out there and do a show, like record on site. I don't know.
it's on a Sunday, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's on a Sunday.
I'll be free in March.
Yeah. Free in March.
I think they're doing it like next weekend or something.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll go with myself and do it. Maybe I'll do it with Matt Inglett and fuck
There you go. That'll be fun. That little guy's a powerhouse, isn't he?
He's a little special fella. He sure is. All right. Let's do your what the fuck video for this episode. Oh, there's an after talk on this too.
What the fuck?
All right, that, ladies and gentlemen, most likely you've seen it. It is one of the biggest viral videos of the week. That is what they are calling Philly Karen, who has now gotten her name plastered all over social media. I believe she was either fired or was she fired from her job? Shit canned for what? Do you know what she did? I don't remember.
I don't know, but it's past tense.
Worked with children? No, I'm just kidding.
So here's the thing. These stadium concert cams, wow, if you believe in the rule of threes, I mean, this is overextended its welcome, starting with the Coldplay stuff, right? Getting a lot of people in trouble. And if the internet disagrees, the internet is judge and jury. And if they don't like you, you are done and you can't control it. So the video, if you are not watching on Spotify and just listening to the audio version of the show, Philly Karen, it was a Philadelphia Phillies baseball game. A ball is hit, home run ball, and it goes literally right under this woman's feet in the bleachers. This father runs across the aisle and grabs the ball. He has every right to do that. He didn't punch anyone. He didn't push anyone. He didn't drop kick anyone. He just got the ball. And he goes back and he gives it to his kid, whose hands it should belong in, a kid's hands. This woman, Philly Karen, runs about 10 yards down the aisle and just bows up to him. She touches him too, mind you. She touches his shoulder. This dude's face, if anything, this guy wants to take that back. His reaction, because he's like a in good shape dad, right? He's Philly, he's Philly. He can handle himself. And when this woman approached him, he must have been shocked beyond belief because his face was like,
he couldn't believe that haircut actually was on the woman that was confronting him.
Right.
I mean,
this is a real Karen. Holy
this
shit!
is a Cub Scout, leader who's yelling in his face. But the thing is, he had his right hand clenched in a fist. If you go back and watch that video, it's like he was ready. He was defending.
Well, I when I'm startled, I do the same thing. So there's been times when people have scared me and I punched them. That's just my reaction. I have no control over it. Like I almost hit Rach one time. Be like, she learned her lesson. Never do that again. She scared me one night and she was hiding behind something. And I cocked back, and I was getting ready to punch her. And I was like, oh my God, I was like, what are you doing? Don't ever, this is what early when we were dating. I was like, don't ever scare me because I swing. And she's like, okay, note to self, don't scare Jason. Lesson learned. So that's probably what he was doing. I highly doubt that guy was going to knock this woman out.
He wouldn't.
No.
Out.
The baseballs that are hit at baseball games into the stands are for kids. Give them to kids. Let kids have the baseballs.
Tell them the moral of what came out of this, though, Bailey. What happened? Don't you know?
No.
The Phillies.
Yeah, the Phillies afterwards, the kid got the ball, right?
No, he did not get the ball. They gave Karen the ball, and then the Phillies staff came together and gave him a whole sack of balls and all kinds of gifts and Phillies, scrub, whatever you call it.
He got a meet and greet with the guy that hit the ball in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so.
Bader.
Okay. So I guess I didn't do my research. They gave the ball back to the woman.
She took it for the ball.
Oh,
it never came back to the dad and kid. She had the ball at that point. She took ownership. But the Phillies, they were like, all right, well, that's bullshit. We're going to do some cool something. And then Harrison, I believe his name's Harrison Bader, is the guy that hit the home run in the first place, had a meet and greet private with the kid and his dad and gave him a whole bunch of stuff. Swag.
Okay, so I'm sorry, just so I know. The ball was hit out there. The dad got the ball, right? Originally.
But then he gave it to Karen and said, shut the hell up.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
At the end of the videos, he gave her the ball and said, go away. You're crazy.
I don't know how I missed that. Okay. Got you. So she went, Philly Karen got the ball and went. Do you think if he wouldn't have given her the ball, the internet would have done what they did?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, not at all. Did you see the same thing in the tennis match the other day? The little
Oh
kid
yeah, the guy was like a CEO. These CEOs are getting killed.
Yeah, stop being a douchebag. Be a decent human being, and we won't talk shit.
Yeah, the CEO grabbed the hat. I mean, dude, like act
right
like
out the kid's hand.
Yeah, act like you've been there before, man. I mean, that's so bad, man.
You ever go to an NFL game and the ball comes into the stands and they come and they take it back? I got one that went through the uprights and over the net. The Dolphins game.
Well,
got the ball.
Not anymore. They don't.
It all depends on which ball it was. What's the circumstance?
Yep.
Like baseballs cost $0.25. That football costs $80 to make and hours to get cultivated. If it's a special ball, then they're going to take it back. They might try to negotiate with you, but they're going to win.
They didn't even negotiate. We're like, give it to me. I was like, sorry.
Well, like the football players now, they throw the ball, they give the balls out
sometimes,
which is pretty.
Apparently, it depends on their balls.
I had
they have to pay for them too.
If you remember a couple years ago when Brady threw that touchdown, I forget what it was, record-breaking touchdown or something, and it went into the stands. I had the guy on the show. I was like, God, man, that's just a payday. I mean, like you don't win the Powerball, but you go and you get a, Mark McGuire home run or Sammy Sosa type of home run. I mean, Jesus, dude, you're just like, life is good.
So Mike Evans caught his 100th touchdown pass last season. And every game he would see somebody in a Mike Evans jersey and he'd give them the ball after he scored a touchdown. That's just what he does. He did that. And then his teammates were like, you realize that was your 100th touchdown. He's like, oh, shit. So he found the fan and negotiated all this other stuff that he would give them to get the ball back. He was like, I need that one.
Yeah. You know what he negotiated?
I don't remember everything. It was all kinds of swag. Yeah. I want to say it was all like jerseys and
season tickets.
I would feel like, I know it's a business deal, but I would feel bad. Like, I mean, like, dude, this is your ball. You're the player. Mm-hmm. This is your record. Mm-hmm. I've got no business touching this ball. Like, you don't have to give me anything. I know that sounds stupid because business wise, you're like, dude, you can make 50 grand, 100 grand, or even more if you go to auction, if you really wanted to. Mm-hmm. I do have a conscience. I could not live with myself knowing that I took that, especially if I took it from a kid on top of that.
Now we go back to guy code, Bailey.
Right. You remember the jerseys that were stolen?
Hold on. You're right. That's part of the fella code.
That's fella code. That's right.
That is total fella code. Football is a fella sport.
Yeah.
Right. And if you played the game, like, dude, you're right. Absolutely. That's why I think that way. Yeah. Don't be a dick. What are you saying, Fox?
I forget.
She stole jerseys.
Something about jerseys. All right.
Oh, the jerseys that were stolen, the football jerseys from Patriots and other ones that Julian Edelman and those, they got stolen, and then they showed up on eBay because people are idiots. They're like, no one's going to find it here.
Well, last year the Joe Burrow's house got robbed.
Yep.
And they had the dash cam video of the bad guys getting pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, where are you going? I think they were like, Florida. They're like, well, Florida's the other way or something like that. Like Louisiana's the other way. They're like, oh, all right. They're like three like Mexicans,
Venezuelans
or something. Had no idea. Then they open up the trunk of the SUV and it's all Burrow shit.
Yep.
Dummies. All right. Thanks for listening. This is a Freebay episode. If you don't mind and you want to support the podcast, please subscribe. So I don't know. I always forget actually how it looks on your platform. So like on Spotify, it'll show, certain episodes, that are sub episodes, non-sub episodes. But if you listen on Apple or iHeart or something like that, I don't even know if they show up. Just remember that on the BPX, there's 3 different shows, 5 days a week. So Mondays, I release an episode called a show called Honey, I Raised the Kids. It's with me and my wife, Rach, about us becoming empty nesters in the second stage of our life. It's a different type of show, but it's a lot of fun. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it's the Bailey Show podcast. This is what we're doing now, right? And Tuesdays and Thursdays are for subscribers and subscribers only. In order to subscribe, it's $4.99 a month. It's not a lot. It helps us out. You go to jasonbailey.com. It's very simple. Right there on the homepage says subscribe. And there's hundreds of prior episodes, thousands of hours of content, all kinds of good stuff. Great guests. And you can just, binge listen to all the stuff back there. We weren't doing video at the beginning, but there's tons of episodes for you to listen to. And then on Fridays, that's a free show called the Vinyl Road Podcast. It's me and Brad Stewart. He's the current bassist for the band Saliva. He's the original bassist for the band Shinedown. We talk rock and roll and all kinds of good stuff. Last week's episode was really big. We're getting a lot of views and comments on that because we had Jason Todd on. It's the first time that those two have been in that kind of setting, and Jason is very outspoken. This was like really kind of the first time he's been able to vent about being let go from the band Shinedown. So very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So anyway, point is please subscribe. Please continue to listen, like, share, and follow on all social media. We have social media for all the shows, and just support the show in that way. If you'd like to become a sponsor, please reach out. We can sponsor just like What the Fuck videos. You can just do that. You can sponsor all the shows. We can have a conversation, and I can tell you about that. Our title sponsor, I'd like to thank Once Upon a Coconut. Once again, Once Upon a Coconut. OnceUponACoconut.com. If you go to that website, you can put in your zip code. You can find out where it's being sold nearest you, whatever state you listen in. And if you want to order online, like the variety pack, you can do so, but just make sure you use the discount code BSPodcast10 at checkout so you can save some gatuses.
Try this one or you're dumb.
Yeah, chocolate's really good. Our merch store is also on jasonbailey.com. All kinds of cool designs for all the different shows. The Bald Badger is in charge of that. He does a fantastic job of doing that. All right, Fox, you got anything before we get out?
No, I really don't. I just am working way too much, but thanks for the opportunity, man.
All right, there you go. Bald Badger.
Yeah, that Travis guy, lightning can't strike twice. We hope.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Look, thanks for the listen. Have yourself a great, safe rest of your day. If you're going to be doing some drinking, I understand. I get it. If you've had too much, please don't get behind the wheel of a car. I've lost way too many friends like that. Don't want to see that happen to you. Love you too much. Talk soon. Hey, bye.
Thanks for listening. Till next time, check out thebaileyshow.com. Make sure you like, share, follow on all socials. I leave you with these parting words.
Never got a pink slip either. You know what I would get? A guy would come around to my desk and say, "Get the fuck out of here!"
What do we want to talk about?
3 different shows, 5 days a week, 1 feed, details, and to subscribe, jasonbailey.com.